On June 22, 2026, the Bank of England did not ban stablecoins. It did something more revealing. It built a fence around them. Britain is now saying digital money can exist, but only inside rules designed to make sure private tokens never outrun the banking system. To Block Docs, where we strip away the noise to expose the raw truth of crypto and global finance. Hit subscribe to track the money with us, and let's get straight to the story. Stablecoins started as a crypto convenience. When traders wanted to leave Bitcoin without leaving crypto, they moved into tokens pegged to the dollar. That is how stablecoins became the cash layer of the crypto economy. But over time, they became much more than that. They became trading collateral. DeFi liquidity, cross-border settlement, a digital version of money that moves faster than banks and never sleeps. That is when regulators stopped seeing stablecoins as just another crypto product. They started seeing them as private money. And that is a problem for central banks, because if people hold stablecoins instead of bank deposits, then money leaves the banking system. And if deposits leave, the system that funds credit, mortgages, and business loans starts to change. Britain now faces a hard choice. Let stablecoins grow and risk weakening deposits. Block them too aggressively and risk falling behind the US and Europe in the next phase of digital payments. For years, the stablecoin market was dominated by dollar tokens. USDT and USDC became the default unit of account in crypto. Most traders did not think in pounds or euros. They thought in digital dollars. That left Britain in an awkward position. If digital money becomes real financial infrastructure, the UK does not want to be a spectator in a system built entirely around the dollar. Then the competitive pressure increased. The US moved toward a formal framework for payment stablecoins. Europe moved with MYCA. Suddenly, Britain could not just wait. But the Bank of England did not want a free-for-all. Its earlier approach was strict. It considered caps on how much users could hold. It also wanted a big share of reserves parked at the central bank in non-interest-bearing deposits. That made the system safer. But it also made stablecoins less attractive to issue. This matters because stablecoin issuers do not just make money from fees. A major part of the model comes from reserve income. If you force too much of those reserves into zero-yield deposits, you weaken the business before it scales. That means reserve rules are not just safety rules. They are business model rules. Then came the pushback. Crypto firms said the UK was making sterling stablecoins too hard to launch. Lawmakers warned that Britain risked suffocating the market before it even existed. The pressure worked. By June 2026, the Bank of England softened its stance. No personal holding cap, no corporate holding cap. Instead, it introduced a temporary issuance limit. Each systemic sterling stablecoin could grow only up to £40 billion. And the reserve mix changed too. Up to 70% could be held in short-term government debt, while the rest would stay in non-interest-bearing central bank deposits. That gave issuers more room to earn yield, but it also kept one hand of the state firmly on the wheel. This was not Britain embracing stablecoins. It was Britain domesticating them. The message was simple. Digital pounds issued by private firms may exist, but only inside a regulatory perimeter built to protect the banking system. That is the real stablecoin war, not crypto versus government, but three versions of digital money competing for legitimacy. Private stablecoins, tokenized bank deposits, and central bank money. And behind all of them is the same question. Whose liability gets to function like money? The most revealing number in Britain's framework is not £40 billion. It is 30%. That is the share of reserves still forced into non-interest-bearing central bank deposits. To the public, that sounds like a safety buffer. To an issuer, it is lost income. Now compare two worlds. In one world, a dollar stablecoin earns more from reserves and scales globally. In the other, a sterling stablecoin operates under tighter constraints, lower margins, and a harder path to adoption. The safer system may also be the weaker market. That is Britain's dilemma. Protect the banks too much, and the stablecoin economy never takes off. Open the gate too wide, and stablecoins begin to compete with deposits. So when the Bank of England says it is regulating stablecoins, what it is really doing is choosing the speed at which private digital money is allowed to enter public finance. Not too fast, not too free, just controlled enough to be useful. The lesson here is simple. Stablecoins are no longer being treated as crypto. They are being treated as financial infrastructure. And once something becomes infrastructure, governments do not ask whether it is innovative. They ask whether it is controllable. For investors, the real signal is not the headline. It is the structure underneath it. What backs the token? How fast can users redeem? Can reserves earn yield? Is there an issuance cap? Is the token protected in bankruptcy? Those details decide whether a stablecoin can scale or remain trapped inside a cautious experiment. Stablecoins started as a bridge between crypto and dollars. Now they are becoming a bridge between crypto and the state. That bridge may make the system safer. It may also make it less free. And Britain is showing us what the next phase probably looks like. Not a ban, not full freedom, but controlled adoption. What do you think Britain is really protecting here? Users, banks, or control over money? Let me know in the comments.